Hey, folks, welcome to the SmackDown podcast. Oh, we can only stay quiet for so long. Man, look at us like the Brady Bunch over here. This is fucking crazy, dude. What up, man? Yes, the full crew here. Look at us all, man. We got the charismatic Mr. Rob Roode.
Yeah, buddy.
The deadpan comedian Benji.
Hey.
The AJ Styles of podcasting Sebastian.
What's up, guys?
And then, of course, me, Mr. Kyle. All right, you guys. Oh, man. We are the SmackDown podcast. Once again, we cover your WWE shows like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live with Mr. Benji and Sebastian now joining the crew. We'll cover your pay-per-views, NXT takeovers. Right around the corner, we've got SummerSlam, and boy, what a SummerSlam it's shaping up to be. But yeah, man, we like to do reviews, recaps, predictions on occasions, all that fun stuff. You can find us on Twitter. Hit us up at SmackDrawPod. Got a lot of us now to cover. Mr. Calavera Comedy himself, Benji. 2 words can't see me, Mr. Rob Roode. That is 2 TWO, the letter C. And right now we cannot see Mr. Rob because his stream is glitching. And then, of course, the ever creative wrestling fan _32 Sebastian. And then myself, yes, at the Kai Tai Show. All right. I think that's it. Oh, wait.
These videos is going to be botching, guys.
Yeah, man. We're just going to glitch in and out all stream. We'll work with it, though. We'll work with it. Lastly, where are you guys listening to us at? Are you on Podbean? Are you on Spotify? If you are, do us a favor. Hop over to YouTube. Search in that search bar. SmackDown Podcast, 3 words. Make sure to give us a like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Help us on the journey to 100 subscribers so we can get that custom URL. That is one accolade I cannot wait to achieve, you guys.
That's why we're doing video, guys. That's why we got video. Nobody want to watch an image on YouTube.
As according to Benji. Benji said he used to have like 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's a big YouTube star. He had controversy, though. He dropped like the N-word once. They shut his channel down. And so now he's here with us.
Ew, and our view count just went from 7 to 3.
Oh, man, how are we going to recover? I'm just kidding, dude. I'll edit that out. Not really, but anyways, we're here,
Jesus.
We're here to
If
talk
you're still
about...
with us, we're not Hulk Hogan.
Hey, yeah, it's true. Man, we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Man, you guys go ahead. I've done enough talking for the intro, man. Tell us about Raw.
Raw was absolutely amazing. If you didn't like Raw from start to finish, well, I mean, maybe the ending is controversial, but it still brought ratings. Then you're just a complainer. That's it. You're just a complainer, and you complain about things. Raw was absolutely amazing from start to finish. There was not one bad segment on Monday Night Raw. Not one. Not one.
Mm-mm.
I second that. There's a lot of people that go in the Monday Night Raw wanting to complain, and that's the people that hated last night's show.
Yeah, we're
Complainers.
they're dead inside.
Complainers.
Man. They're dead. I mean, at this point, what does Raw got to do to win you over? I mean, it's like, does The Rock have to come out and suck Stone Cold's dick before you guys are like, oh, that was a pretty intriguing Raw, like something. It's like, what the fuck do they gotta do, man? Yeah, they'll complain about it.
It had everything. It had title matches.
Sure.
I mean,
title
set up
changes.
with SummerSlam. Yeah. For once, I mean, last week I complained so much about SmackDown carrying SummerSlam. That was it felt like a go-home show for SummerSlam. Everything had meaning. That's all you can ask for.
What's your take, Benji? Did you get a chance to watch it?
I didn't watch it the day of. I watched it after. I was only recapped by you guys. Then I watched it. It was not bad at all. Like, it went by fast. There was action everywhere. I enjoyed the 24/7 segment. I like where they're going with it, actually. Surprisingly, out of nowhere. That's pretty interesting title. The gauntlet match, yo.
Yeah.
God, like, this man, it was pretty decent. But, like with anything, like, it's like people. It's like with every relationship, you know. People treat it like they don't want to get burned again. You know, they want to invest in it, but they know what's happened in the past. You know, so people are afraid to just jump back on, you know, the train and get rocking. You know.
Hey, it's a good look. I like that. That's
I
a
was trying
very
not to project, but you know what I mean.
That's like an olive branch to those haters right there. You just gave those haters like an olive branch. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense, man.
I was a little disappointed. I didn't get enough Baron Corbin.
Valid, man. Valid.
Oh man, who would have thought?
They just didn't want him stealing the show. Raw was so good. They were like, but if we bring Baron out, then he's going to make everything else look bad. It's not going to look as good as it was.
He sets the bar too
high.
high.
I mean, they let him hang out in the back with Lacey, and they had class together, and, you know, they hung out, and they were national treasures together. So that's the only thing I can think that why they weren't on there. That's all.
Shane's took Lacey and Baron out to dinner. I mean, that's all.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we didn't get no Baron Corbin. We didn't get Shane McMahon. And surprise, surprise, the show was almost universally praised. So, who would have thought? But let's go ahead and get on with it, man. It's a fairly big show to unwrap. So we'll go ahead and start off. We first get the show opens with a dramatic video package covering our historic, prestigious 24/7 championship, in its long, lustrous 2 months since inception. To get us all hyped for the. What was it? What was it called again? The
Mosh Pit
mixed tag match for it. Mosh Pit mixed tag match for the WWE 24/7 championship. Yeah, that rolls off the tongue.
Say that 10 times fast.
I'm telling you, it was between R-Truth Carmella versus the debuting Drake Maverick and Renee Michelle. Both of these guys. First actual in-ring competition coming over to WWE outside of, I think, Renee Michelle. She was in the Mae Young Classic, I think. Is that what it was called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Drake Maverick hasn't wrestled yet. In fact, he's probably wrestling right now over on 205 Live while we're recording this. Which I thought that was going to be his
Wait, no, he don't have a
match.
title. Never mind. I was going to say losing his title, but he don't have it no more. That's right.
Shout out to him using posters and everything. Got his wife on TV, man. What a come up.
Yeah, dude. To go from paper posters to getting yourself and your wife a match on the main roster on Raw. It's crazy, man. That just shows.
I can't even hate it.
No. That's what Vince would call grabbing the brass ring. That's what that is. The match was pretty much organized like not a gauntlet match, excuse me, a lumberjack match. But are you drinking a Capri Sun?
He is, man.
No.
If I had Capri Sun in my fridge, I would have went and got them. But my kids drink them all.
Benji, do you even have kids?
Hey. No. That's the point.
No, he doesn't have kids, and that's why he has Capri Sun.
Exactly. You gotta treat yourself, man. You gotta treat yourself.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Let's get back on track, okay? Let's get back on track. I'll let him enjoy his beverage. So it's pretty much what, like a lumberjack match. Pokemon drink? Is that what you're drinking? Oh, cup.
Right.
I was like, man, he got an official drink. Jesus Christ. It's like a lumberjack match, except instead of when a competitor is tossed out the ring and they get beat up, they're kind of just crowd surfed back to the ring. The match was short and quick. The women didn't even get tagged in at any point. But Carmella distracted Maverick. R-Truth beat him with a... What was the suplex he hit him with? It was like a basic move that R-Truth beat him with.
Whatever it was, it should have been called the Truthplex.
The Truthplex. That's what we'll call it for here, man. Truth hit him. But during the celebration in the ring, all the competitors lined the ring aprons at that point, jumped in, massive dog pile. We see the pin happen. Who ends up with the belt?
Who?
Mr. Mike Kanellis, man. First championship since coming to WWE. Dude, I'm not going to lie. Benji, it's because of you I was grinning ear to ear. Because of you exposing me to 205 Live and NXT, bro. I was legitimately happy for the guy.
I've been telling you.
I was like, way to stick it to Drake Maverick, Mike. He runs off. It pans to them chasing him backstage, right, where he runs into the officials' locker room, right? Right.
Right.
Maria,
that's the best place to go when you just won the 24/7 title. Just saying.
yeah. I mean, he locked himself in a room. I was like, that's smart, man. Just outweight everybody. But
in a room that's got officials in it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. Out of all the rooms in a big ass hockey arena,
You're guaranteed someone
choose
can
the
make
one
the three
where the refs
count.
hang out.
Maria makes her way through the crowd, pounds on the door, saying, "Let me in." Mike doesn't believe it's her. He's like, "How do I know it's not Carmella doing a Maria impersonation?" And she says, "Let me in, or I'll kick you in the vagina." And
That's valid.
I was actually tickled. I saw some people got a little salty over this, but Maria's got a delivery.
Over everything.
She's got such a sharp delivery that it was good, man. I liked it. And she makes her way into the room. Then we got the gauntlet match that proceeded. What are y'all thinking, Rey Mysterio and Cesaro out of this, man?
Oh, it was absolutely amazing, man. Didn't they go head to head like a while ago and we said it was amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they needed to do it some more? Yes.
Yeah.
It was great. It was very good.
Great feud.
This gauntlet was used. You can tell that, like, probably the gauntlet match has been the most well-used match in the last couple years to elevate superstars. And the gauntlet match here elevated everybody with the exception of Sami Zayn that was in the match. Cesaro and Rey Mysterio, they pretty much tore the house down. Mysterio got the pin on Cesaro. He was followed out by Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn jumped Rey early on before the match started, set Rey up for a haluva kick. They rang the bell. Sami goes for the haluva kick. Rey sidesteps him. A little bit of a botch here. Rey completely missed the roll-up, but somehow in the stumbling, he still managed to get a roll-up afterwards. Gets the
Which
pin on
means he didn't
Sami.
miss the roll-up. I didn't see no botch.
You didn't see it?
100%. I do want to shout out, though, because I don't have notes again. I ain't gonna lie, but I did take one note.
You're good.
I took one note, and that note was Cesaro had to have been the 3,000th opponent in a row that just happened to fall in the 619 position. Just saying.
Ray's the master.
Just saying. Ray's got away making him fall just right.
You know what's funny is name another wrestler that wrestlers end up falling against the ropes like that. I mean, it doesn't happen too often. It happens every now and then when someone will, like, jump on their back or something, but you're right, man. It's like if you're in a match with Rey, your chances of, like, falling against the middle rope go up by about 5,000%, man.
Like, yeah, there's no way you're not doing it.
Ray's just an in-ring technician, man. He knows how to set it up. That dude's
Benji
practiced
over
that.
here with water now, too. He got water and
Dude, Benji got like 3 drinks. You know he's like a prop comic, right? At some point, he's going to pull out like a fucking mallet and a watermelon.
No.
Does he have his binoculars tonight?
I was about to say, man.
Listen. Back to the show. So, in-ring technician, Rey Mysterio. Still going strong in his age.
Oh. Hey, what about wrestling their commercials? Thank God.
Yeah, looks like this was confirmation, man. They're doing away with the 2 out of 3 falls stuff. Thank God, man.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I've never been more happy for wrestling their commercials.
And I saw Wrestle Talk also announced that they are in the process of phasing out the Wildcard Rule too. Like,
Yes, I seen that.
yeah. I know, Rob, you want to
Just
do away
say-
with the brand split.
Phase out the brand split and just, I mean,
No.
you can do a brand split, just don't call it a brand split. I mean, it's not that hard. Just have people on Raw and have people on SmackDown, but don't have it like WCW and WWF. Just have it, this guy happens to be on Raw, and this guy happens to be on SmackDown. Plain and simple.
Yeah, we'd have to figure out what we do with the titles in that picture, though. Like,
You
merge
put them all together. The Universal
just
title
have
gone.
traveling
Goodbye.
champions.
You don't need it.
Only
the
the
stupid,
champions
ugly
travel.
tag team titles, just get rid of them and have
The
a
tag team
tournament for new
champions
tag
need to
team
be
champs.
updated regardless, whether they get
They're
merged
so
or
ugly.
not. Yeah,
They're so ugly. I can't believe how
I'm not a
ugly they
fan
are.
of them.
Like,
I used to work
It's
next
so
to
bad.
Tijuana Flats, this like Americanized taco restaurant, and they had replica tag team titles on their wall. I think Rob.
flawless.
I don't know what happened, Rob. Your stream is all jacked up.
Yeah, he's froze
man.
on mine.
Yeah.
My tripod fell over, man. I caught it and put it
All right.
back.
Well, anyways, we're only in the second match of the night, so let's keep this going.
That's
Mr.
cool.
Tripod over there.
Yeah. Dude, Rob's setup
Wait.
is legit, bro.
Hold
It
on,
is
hold on,
legit.
look at my tripod got a light on it. Wait. Oh, look at that
Oh my
light.
god.
This guy.
That's why you're the host of the show, bro. Rey Mysterio gets beat down after he rolls up Sami
So
Zayn.
he rolls up Sami Zayn. Mhm.
Yep.
What happened next?
Next out comes Andrade. Andrade takes advantage of a worn-out Rey, and ultimately, in the end of that match, catches Rey in the 619, transitions it to the Hammerlock DDT for the clean victory. But that wasn't enough, man. He starts putting the boots to him, and then he rips his mask off like butter. Oh,
It made me mad. You know me, bro. Not much makes me mad. The stuff that makes me mad makes me mad.
Well, here,
but that's not much.
we need
And
Benji's.
this, but what are you doing, man? I let Benji have his turn, okay?
Sorry.
Okay, he's refreshing.
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
refreshing.
Benji.
He's ready.
I'm sorry.
He's ready, man.
But no, bro, this made me mad. Now, some people are going to bring up, well, he had his mask off for like 3 years in WCW. But that was WCW, man. I keep it kayfabe. His mask came back. Okay, the mask being off never
post
happened.
2000 is non-canon. Anything like WCW post 2000 is like non-canon. Yeah.
That's the man's mask. Masks are sacred. You don't touch the mask. Plain and simple. I don't care who you are. I don't care
Oh
what the storyline is.
shit! There we go.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah,
Benji.
buddy.
Benji, so fill us in on the lucha history and what the mask means to its performers.
Why are you assuming he knows this?
Well, he's told
Yeah,
me.
why are you assuming I know?
You
What are
told
trying
me
to-
on
what are you trying to
205
say?
Live in NXT, man. What are you
That's all
talking
I'm
about?
saying, bro. What are you-
We
what are
can
you
watch
trying to say?
episodes. There is footage of it, okay?
What are you trying to say?
You're making some
Jesus.
assumptions here, Kyle. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah.
A lot of
I'm
assumptions
going by
here.
past evidence, okay? I'm bringing up previous conversations. Oh,
What, is
man.
that because Benji tweets in Spanish sometimes? I mean, come on, Kyle.
Hey,
oh my
hey,
god.
3 languages. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, dude, you're trilingual, ain't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ooh.
English, Spanish, and
It's not
Portuguese.
about me. Yeah, we could talk about. Yeah, English, Spanish, Portuguese. We could talk about me all day, but we're here to talk about the mask, Rey Mysterio, and that I don't know if that was on purpose, but he tore into that mask too far. We got a lot of his face.
For like almost
That
a half a
wasn't cool.
second, man. Like a half a second, we saw like 3/4 of his face.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional, because normally they don't do that. Rey Mysterio's been intent on he will lose his mask, but he wants to either lose it in a big feud or pass it down to his son type of thing, not just
Yeah.
on a random throwaway. Like,
They have it have meaning. Like, yeah, this is like,
Well,
yeah, it's not even.
Yeah.
rumor has it that Andrade, if you notice, is growing his hair out. Rumor has it is this is leading to a hair versus mask match between Andrade
That'd be
and
perfect.
Rey.
That'd be it's time, you know. He's way into his career. Like I'd be cool with it, but have it be at a big show like at a WrestleMania or something important, you know.
It'll be SummerSlam. It'd be SummerSlam on the pre-show, unfortunately.
You son of a.
It's valid.
Oh,
You'll make
man.
Benji mad. He can throw his Capri Sun at you.
Hey, he's in a different time zone, man. I hope you have a hell of an arm. All right, but
Okay, so Andrade
That was
lifts
a
off Rey's match.
That's a pretty good gauntlet match. Yeah.
it was, man. It was capped off with Ricochet coming out last man in the gauntlet match, has a good match with Andrade. Ultimately goes over with the 630, I believe it was. And Ricochet is the winner. This match was to set up the number one contender for AJ Styles' United States Championship at SummerSlam. So that's how we got now. Styles versus Ricochet at SummerSlam. This was good. Some people were pissing and moaning because the babyface came out as the last entrant and kind of like it didn't do much for him. But like Ricochet's already a star. He is the one who needed the least like shine out of everybody in this match.
How do people come up with getting mad at shit like this? For real. Like seriously, you couldn't have paid me $1 million to think of that angle.
Yeah, it's
Right.
well, usually the last person in the gauntlet match is reserved for a heel, just like the last person in the Royal Rumble, because they're given an unfair advantage. You know, that's just how it's looked at.
And usually Hulk Hogan wins with a leg drop, but it's not the 80s no more.
What did you think, Sebastian?
Like we said earlier, it helped 4 out of 5 guys in the match. Nothing was wrong with Ricochet coming out last. More importantly, he earned his rematch.
Yeah.
At SummerSlam.
Yeah, he did, man. I was cool with it.
It set up many things. It set up Rey Andrade for the future. Rey Cesaro could happen in the future. Rey looked great. Cesaro looked great. I mean, nothing was wrong.
We got a brief interview with Kayla Braxton after the match with Ricochet. Ricochet sounds better. He's not great on the mic, but he does sound better.
He's not great at all.
When he's not given like heavy scripts. Like this struck me as he was given some bullet points and to just carry it, and it did sound more natural for him.
I will say I do want to plug that I've said it before, and I will continue to say it, that he's not great on the mic, but you know who I hate on the mic? Bayley. I can't stand Bayley on the mic. She just keep the microphone away from her, and I'll be a happy camper. I don't know what it is. I don't like Bayley on the mic.
Yeah,
it's just all around. I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird. I plugged it every chance I get. So carry on Ricochet's interview that he tried.
Yeah, I mean, all it was just service for the match at SummerSlam, and of course AJ Styles was shown throughout the match, watching backstage. He had a good like
Al Borland flannel.
Yeah, he had a good laugh watching that. But we cut backstage, and this is where I think this was the only segment besides I think the what preceded the Seth Rollins match that had people divided. And this was we cut backstage, and you got Mike Kanellis telling Maria that she can finally be proud of him. He's a champion. She can look at him with dignity and respect because she's been belittling this guy. She's been treating him like he's not a man. And there's any married man has been through that, knows that feeling. You just want a little respect from your wife. And she doesn't give it to him. She said, lay the fuck down. Give me that belt.
Mike is a female. I mean, he confirmed vagina. I mean, we did have that confirmed, correct?
I don't think that's supposed to be taken literally. I think that's supposed to be like she belittles that man at every corner. What's it leading to? Like, is this man going to have his triumphant moment where she like looks at him and there's like a tear-jerking moment where she's like, I'm proud of you? Like, what the hell is going to come of this, man?
He's going to flip and just clothesline the shit out of her.
After that baby's born. Like, right out the delivery room.
Give me my title back.
Now that the baby's born. Yeah. Oh, my God. This is so bad. Yeah, everyone went really dark with this story angle. Like, they really did. There wasn't many lighthearted thoughts on how this turns out. Oh,
I mean, you keep saying that to me over time, I'm going to snap. Just saying.
Yeah, true. It's very, very true. But Maria has Mike laid down.
For y'all married, is that pretty much what it's like?
Oh, wait, because you're the only one that's not married.
No.
No, man, that's a
not.
joke. That's just the stereotype. Yeah.
No. And if it was, goodbye. Bye.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this.
Hell no. But Maria, she has Mike lay down. She pins him with her foot. I did notice that she didn't dig the stiletto heel in his side. That's signs of a real loving woman. But she pins him. Now their unborn child can be proud that they have a champion for a parent. And Maria pronounces herself as the first pregnant champion in WWE. And, oh, what a good plot device, man. What a good plot device. Because how do you solve this? How do you solve this fucking conundrum here? You got the first pregnant champion. No one can attack her. She is just invincible, man. She walks out. She's rubbing it in Titus O'Neil's face. The first 24/7 champion. She's walking by smug against Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley, EC3, Heath Slater. All of them can't touch her, man. None of them can touch her.
Whoa. Can't touch this. Whoa.
Sister Abigail.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Benji, what do you do, man? What do you do to solve this?
Well, I say somebody pins her while she's getting an ultrasound. I would like.
Someone pins her while she's getting her ultrasound?
He did say, "Come at me with my legs in the air." I mean,
In the stirrups, Jesus.
I mean,
Okay.
See it?
I don't know. I saw the
I don't
joke.
know where they go with this.
I saw the joke online. Like, if there's a ref present while she's sleeping on her back, can the ref call the 3 count and the unborn child is the new 24/7 champion? No.
that's debatable.
I thought it was some stupid humor, but apparently I'm alone in this one.
No, you know
Yeah,
me. I
you're
love
on
my
your own,
stupid
buddy. I
humor.
don't know about that.
I'll roll with that all day. Like, I can debate that all day. Like,
You got
I don't
until
know,
the baby
man.
is born to pin the baby.
also, the doctor is going to be the ref. The doctor can't not be the ref.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. I'm liking that.
Man,
I'm liking that.
maybe we just cracked the code.
Maybe. I mean, she did give us a scenario. So following this, we had okay, so I missed this. So Benji or Sebastian, did y'all take notes on the Bailey stuff that happened?
What are no?
The apparently she jumped or no, not the Bailey stuff, excuse me. The Becky Lynch stuff between her and
The cheap
Natalya.
shot on Natalya?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Get out of here. I lost so much respect for her.
Y'all
that
go
I
ahead, man.
didn't
I did miss this part.
I've been talking all night. Y'all go. Go ahead.
I mean, it was a cheap shot. Like, if you were watching Raw, you wouldn't know whether Becky was you'd think Becky was the heel, right?
Between the two?
Just from that episode. From that episode.
Lay the scene, because I completely missed it. I was out of the room for this. So I actually don't even know what happened.
Natalya and Finley was just training people, and Becky just comes in there and puts her in an armbar. I mean, that's pretty much it. Or a disarm.
Fit Finley was
she kicked.
teaching her how to defend against the disarmer.
Yeah.
But then Becky comes in and she gives fucking Finley a low blow and then puts Natalya in the disarmer.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Like, that's a little, no. Get the fuck out of here.
Fit Finley's the one who gave her permission to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
He's the one who signed off on it when Lana was injured.
And I do like the empty arena footage. I talked about that on our Armageddon show. But yeah, I mean, if you just watch this, you wouldn't know if Becky was the face.
That's true, man. She's kind of a tweener. But
I hope she loses the belt. I really do.
I mean, they're in Canada, man. They would pop the crowd. They would definitely pop the crowd. Yeah, you know what?
God.
Sebastian, you make a good point.
What if there's a sharpshooter and no tap out?
Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. But, Sebastian, you bring up a good point, because since they're going to be in Canada, you probably would build Becky to be the heel, because it's going to be hard for her to get cheers against Natalya when she's in her home country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would think so.
But, God, there's so many, so many Canadians on this card, right?
Yeah. No, it's true.
If you go, I mean, they're really pondering to that crowd, for sure.
Rob, your stream is all jacked up, man. I was thinking it was gonna correct itself, but
I mean, even adding Trish tonight on SmackDown.
yeah,
Sami Zayn got added to it tonight. I mean,
well, that's on
Canadians.
SmackDown. We'll cover that on the other show. But well, anyways, we had a moment of bliss with Bliss and Nikki Cross. Bliss, of course, gave a shout out to Maria for winning the 24/7 championship while pregnant. Said it's another example of women in WWE breaking down boundaries. Yeah, that's cheap as hell. But
even I thought that. I don't think stuff like
but
that.
they use this as a platform to. So Bliss is always going back and forth between the heel and face stuff because now she's calling out Ziggler for super kicking Shawn Michaels, and it was weird. She's
I don't
appalled
care
by
if you're
his
face or
behavior.
heel. You call out Ziggler for sweet chin music and Shawn Michaels. I don't
Dude.
care if you're a face or heel, a good guy or a bad guy. You tell him he's an asshole.
I like that it's called a sweet chin music because it really feels like they're building that tension between him and Shawn Michaels, man. Like it might lead to something.
This dude, man, I was doing chores and I stopped what I was doing and I sat on the couch. And no, it wasn't. No, that's later on in the show, but I don't care. He used HBK's music. I stopped what I was doing and I tripped over a toy to sit on my couch. I was so mad at him. I was so mad.
Oh my God. Well, Bliss used the platform to hype up her match against Becky Lynch. Becky appeared on the big screen, mocked Bliss, even touched on the little bit if Bliss is gonna be like too injured to compete, knocking on how Bliss seems to always be injured, unfortunately. Yeah, man, I don't know where this one got me. Like this, I guess this one kind of lost me, but I feel like I've missed a lot of it though because I'm reviewing my notes and I feel like there are some gaps here.
Becky lost you. Just throwing that out there.
I ain't saying that, man. I think I just missed this
Just throwing it
because
out there.
I think I came to because the Usos came out. Yeah, I came back because the Usos come out. They cut an awesome promo, and I love that. It was during they're talking. Who was it that dropped the mic? Do y'all know who it was that dropped the mic? Because it was charming as hell, man.
I can never tell the difference between them. So I have no
hate to say
idea.
it, neither can I.
So,
Man.
It was
I
so
have
great.
I got a question for y'all. Y'all think it's okay that they're still on TV and all that stuff without being punished, knowing with their DUI troubles, or you don't think that matters as much?
I don't think that matters at all. None at all. Like personal life and wrestling life, keep them separate. Plain and simple. Now, if they want to kill somebody, take them off TV. Yeah, but I mean,
Well,
I don't
the
agree with the DUI, but
Sure.
at the same
Hot
time,
button.
don't take them off TV. I mean, they have a problem. Like I personally had an addiction problem in the past, and you can't just fix it. So don't take them off TV and make them feel even lower and want them to go back there. That's the way I personally look at it.
Did you know that
Now, keep him on TV, but after his match, look, you guys just lost the title. Now get your ass in the back and fucking start doing your rehab until next week. That's what I would do. Don't take him off TV, but help him. They got the really good rehab program, right? I mean, use it. Same thing with, it's Jeff Hardy, right? Use it. Plain and
They did it
simple.
with
But
Jeff.
no, I don't think take him off TV.
Jake the
Yeah, Mike
Snake,
Kanellis as well.
Mike Kanellis, yep. Yeah, WWE doesn't leave their performers who are struggling with addiction out in the cold. Like I will say that about them. That seems to be like one of the more genuine things. They will help those willing to seek help. Whether or not
It's true.
I mean, whether or not the Usos, that they have trouble with alcohol or they just have trouble with decision making while they're under the influence of alcohol.
Well, if you're like that many times put into having to make that decision, then you have a problem.
Probably,
Plain
yeah,
and simple.
probably.
Then it needs to be fixed. Even if it's just a small little minor problem, you've been put in that situation more than one time, it's a problem. Do something about it.
The last time one of the Usos got cracked for the DUI, it was just days later they won the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, they beat Shane and the men's.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
it's tricky. I mean, with all the sponsors and stuff and all the PR they try to do, I get why some people would think that. But we'll have to do take them off TV, and then they just go out, do it more.
Yeah, it's going to make it worse. They're going to have
Yeah.
they're not going to have their mind's not going to be taken off of it.
So I understand.
It is a tricky one, man, because there are some things that, like, obviously now if they get popped for steroids will get you off TV and publicly, shamed. But then it's like weird. The WWE is weird with what they take stances against and what they let resolve itself, where they separate work and personal. I personally don't have. I don't really have a big opinion on it, man, because like I've got a DUI a couple years back, and my job didn't fire me, and I did what I had to do, but every situation's different. They're in the public light, so I don't know, man. I really don't know how you would focus on that, but
I just hope they get the help they need more than anything.
Yeah, I just you would hate to see something bad happen, like say like an accident or someone get harmed.
At the same time, you got us four right here that are on Twitter. We pay attention to things like that. Now, say you got just 40,000 people in that Raw stadium. 35,000 of those people have stadium. No idea that just. I mean,
no, I got you.
Ford Field holds 43,000. Go Lions. But anyway, 25% of them people know what happened. 75% have absolutely no idea whatsoever. They don't pay attention. So they don't care.
Yeah, they're casual fans, man. They watch the product and they go on about their day until the next time the product comes out, We're geeks, man.
So, I mean, it's not worth taking him off. Now, he has a problem, try to fix it, and tell him, look, we're going to give you rehab. If it happens again, then you're taken off. We're going to put you in the back seat until you get yourself clean. Give him a shot. And if it doesn't work, then
the timing was just terrible, man. The timing was couldn't have been
it just
worse.
So happened
man.
to be just 4 days after Cena.
Not even 48 hours, man. Not even 48 hours.
And two, I didn't realize at first until somebody pointed it out. It was the different Uso this time. It wasn't the same guy.
Really?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it is the different Uso.
So I think by now, both of them have 2 DUIs each, and they've had instances trying to fight the police, driving 100 miles per hour down the road. Like it's getting bad,
They're wild, man. There's some wild
Samoans. I didn't know all that. Now that's a different story. Now it's more of a problem than I thought it was.
Yeah, the one in February was the one where he fought the police.
Well,
right.
Acted like he wanted to fight the police. He took his shirt off and was acting, But
welcome to the Uso Penitentiary.
Jesus.
I see him on the side of
the road. That's what the cop says to him when he arrests him. Let's get back into the show, man. We're only into hour 2.
I was not part of that.
Oh Jesus, Benji. Oh man,
not part of that. I'm not.
I'm gonna cut this whole segment from the show. No.
It was good to talk about because we everyone has a different opinion on it. And seeing as they're prominent on the show, I think it was good to touch on it a little bit.
Yeah. But we do have to go into the Usos have a tag team championship opportunity against the champion Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. Also with the OC members, Gallows and Karl Anderson. It's a triple threat for the Raw Tag titles. And boy, the crowd woke up here. We thought we had it good with the opening segment and the gauntlet match. Oh man, tag team wrestling came back tonight if it wasn't for a little bit. But boy, this match had it all, man. And they built the pace up to like a frantic pace by the end. And it was a good match, man. What did y'all think of OC? Because given the thumbnail kind of spoils it. OC's draped in gold now.
I don't like it. I don't like these guys. I don't see what
are
they okay.
All for it, bro.
Are they the same characters that they were when they were in the club? Is this what the Bullet Club was?
Yeah,
I don't like them. I don't see why people like the Bullet Club. These guys bore me. Even AJ now, I'm like, come on, man. Like, I didn't care too much for AJ. I didn't hate him, but like he didn't do it for me like most. But now it's like, why did people like these guys? I mean, again, I say this every episode. If you guys like him, listeners, everybody, cool. I'm always about an opinion, and I always say that if we have the same opinions, shit's boring. So let's have different opinions. That makes it fun. But these guys, I don't see why people would like them. Like this Bullet Club, I've heard so much about. That's them, really? Like I wouldn't be about it. I'd want their opponents to win.
I feel personally attacked going after AJ.
Hey man,
Mr. Styles over here.
Tell him what's up.
Oh man. Hey, look,
I mean,
man.
It was a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Some of us like the club. Some of us like Baron Corbin and Shane McMahon. I mean,
they're the best in the world, and these people on SmackDown should have been given a refund. I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean, I don't like Shane, but I'm not against Corbin. I can stand Corbin a little bit, but Shane, not my. No.
All right. Well, the OC win. You had the Shatter Machine done to one of to whichever Uso it was that got the DUI. So the Uso that received the DUI, I can't remember if it was Jimmy or Jay. He was punished for taking the fall.
I was gonna say that's his punishment. Now the Usos had me invested in this match. I really wanted the Usos to win. I personally think the Usos could take the Young Bucks. Everybody says the Young Bucks are the best. I would love to see the Young Bucks take on the Usos. I love the Usos. I was very invested in this. And I was sad when OC won. I mean, and that's not even because I just said I don't like the guys. The Usos got me that invested, and that's how good this match was.
Well, to our public, the Smack Draw podcast is 75% behind OC before y'all run away. Okay? Just putting it out there.
I'll take that 25%. Let's roll, guys. Hit me up.
I'm with Rob, though. I'm with Rob as far as the Usos. I can get behind the argument the Usos being the best tag team in the world.
I could see argument for that, too. No, I could see it.
On Usos.
The second they dropped the face paint and developed an attitude, they showed what they're capable of, man. And not to mention in the ring too. Like they're really well rounded. It was like the other night when we were all over Daniel Bryan for like 5 or 10 minutes talking about just how well rounded he is. The Usos are pretty much the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Very
but
well
the Usos
rounded.
would give an announcement if they had one. Just saying.
What?
The charges have been dismissed.
Oh, for real?
No.
What? I missed something, dude. I missed something.
No, you mentioned that we were talking about how good Daniel Bryan is, and now we're talking about how good the Usos are. If the Usos were like, we have an announcement tonight, they'd say the fucking announcement. So that made me mad. It's bullshit.
And it would be the charges were dismissed.
Vince probably paid him off. It didn't happen.
Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson defeated the Usos.
Quick question: what does OC stand for?
Original Club.
Original Club. Okay, my wife asked me that. And she said they're dumb too, and I gave her a high five.
I think they jumped on all over. They were like Original Club, Official Club. But I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, that's what made her ask. She goes, "Wait, what does it stand for?" I'm like, "I think Original Club," because they were Bullet Club, but they can't use that. And now they're like, the Original Club, same thing.
But after they win, we cut backstage, and AJ Styles is preparing like a catering table for them. Like, I guess because after you win your championship belts, you need to come back and eat, right?
Right.
Kayla Braxton tried to interview him, but Gallows and Anderson returned. Obviously, you could hear them celebrating as they're coming into frame. And all that food that Styles was preparing just got ruined because he jumps on the table and starts screaming at him. I was like, what was the point, Styles? I thought they were going to break into a food fight. I didn't know what the hell was going on. It was a weird celebration, but I was all about it. I really was, man. I was all about it. And then, so we heard Rob's point. Rob, you said you're not for the OC having the tag belts, but what about you, Seb? Man, what are you feeling on the Raw tag team titles being on the OC now? Just after reforming, like 2 weeks after reforming.
I would prefer them to wait a little bit to pull the trigger, but I mean, as far as them just having the belts, I'm good. I'm tired of those. They're great matches, don't get me wrong. But Revival and Usos kind of had a few now, and I'd like to see a new feud. And it makes more sense than Revival versus the club.
Who do you want to take the belts off them?
War Raiders, maybe down the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
What about
It
returning?
would make sense for all the stupid squashes they're putting them through. Freaking nobodies.
Yeah, they had another one of those
Yeah.
too. They had another squash match, but that was later in the show. We got a
Because that's what made it,
little
wasn't it?
we got a little recap of the Raw reunion. They did not this time. They left out the part of John Cena talking about the mugshots. They did have it in the previous recaps. They so cleverly took it out of this one. Yeah, and then Cole walked us through, said the fun reunion only lasted 24 hours, and he showed the footage of Shawn Michaels on Miz TV from last SmackDown getting super kicked, which for me, I am hanging on to any thread of hope that this really is setting up a return match for Michaels against Ziggler.
No.
I want it.
Shawn is one of the rare wrestlers that went out right and kept it that way.
Really, he went out right at
You
Super
don't-
Showdown with Triple H, because that's how he went out by
I
now.
don't count.
Let
Wait,
the
he fought
record
at Super
show
Showdown?
it.
I didn't even know he fought
Let
at
the
Super
record
Showdown.
show
Did he
it.
really?
He came back in Saudi Arabia for that blood money and had a terrible match with reforming
I didn't even know he
DX
did.
against Undertaker
No,
and
man.
Kane.
No, that don't count. That don't count.
That doesn't count.
You can't count that, man.
They bring it
No.
up. It's canon. They bring it up on those segments, man.
Was it better than WrestleMania? Just asking.
Dude, it
for a
was
friend.
like by far one of the worst matches I've ever seen. It's up there.
Oh, man, I didn't know he came back. I really did. But you
Yeah.
can't count that, man. You can't. No.
Well, to be fair to him, Triple H tears his pecs during the match, so he's got
Yeah.
to carry it by himself. You got Kane standing in the corner, his mask falling off every few minutes. He's got to bend down to pick it up. It was
Dude,
just bad.
The match fell
bad.
apart so
Yeah, it
bad.
was terrible.
I
Okay,
bet they struggle
question.
with the jet lag and heat, man, coming from the
Do
States
you
going to
guys-
Saudi Arabia.
Man,
I
quick
bet
question,
that is
and then
grueling.
we will move on. Do you guys think the Saudi Arabian prince realizes how bad these shows are that he gets? Or does he think it's good?
Yo, no
That's
comment
an
on
honest
that.
question.
I am not qualified to talk about international matters.
Man.
I mean,
Well,
there's
that's-
been reports of them asking for fucking Macho Man and Queen
Like
Elizabeth.
asking for wrestlers that have died. Yeah, he
Yeah,
asked for.
so-
That's why at the Greatest Royal Rumble there was like this sumo champion that no one heard about because they asked for Yokozuna. So Vince like took like this sumo
He was like-
champion and like pushed him out there and was like, let's hope that they think it's
Rob's
Yokozuna.
dead. There goes Rob.
We broke him.
Oh my god.
Rob's gone.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
man.
So no, to answer your question, I don't think he realizes how bad they are.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay, so carry on. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Maybe he won't notice it's not Yokozuna, guy.
Yeah, exactly. It was weird.
It'd have been great if they
Wow.
announced him as Yokozuna.
Oh, Jesus, no. Oh, God, to be like that. Oh, my God. That would be so bad.
Like what?
We got a match with the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar versus Cole Carter and Johnny James. Poor Cole and Johnny. Graves said that Eric and Ivar spent the weekend in Denmark training with thousands of Vikings to take on this local enhancement talent. James tried to leave because Carter got attacked by Eric, and James was like, "Yo, I'm good, man. Like, I'm good, bro." Like, tries to leave as he rounds the corner, man. He eats a hell of a super kick, I think it was. And then ultimately, Raiders hit a Viking experience on James, and Eric got the pin, man. They beat him in like a minute and a half or something. It was another squash match. Rob, we know you love those squash matches. But Yeah.
I use this as my piss break because I knew what was coming. As soon as their music hit,
Yeah.
I nope.
You know, 3
Nope.
weeks from now, they're going to be in Minnesota. So, like, the Viking Raiders are probably going to get a huge pop out there, man.
They're winning the titles that night.
That's what'll happen.
Maybe that's what they're.
No, probably not, man. The crowd will probably cool on them like anybody else. Yo, so am I the only one that is, like, fully enjoying the Street Profits just being used as exposition? Like, I love
I'm
the
down
Street
with
Profits being, like, our
I'd love to
mid-show.
see him wrestle, but I'm down with just some mic work because they can tear it up. They're some of the best mic workers in the history of wrestling.
Oh, I could listen to them hype up all day.
Yes.
I actually made a tweet.
I think it.
Uh-oh.
I think we are having
Benji
technical
froze.
difficulties, folks.
Benji froze.
Go ahead. No, go.
Oh, okay. You're laggy. You're laggy.
You got it cool
I
still
tried.
though. At least your frozen screen looks cool. Like,
It was
actually
like
made a
wrestling
tweet.
promo worthy. Just saying.
Go ahead.
yeah, man.
I actually made a tweet. If they narrated more like books, I'd read a lot more. I can listen to them all day.
Montez Ford, man, like, he just is so good. He's so good.
Yeah, we got this story about the cat in the hat. What kind of animal in the hat? It's the cat. He got a hat.
I mean, I'd read it. Oh,
He
shit.
insinuated that Dawkins was the baby daddy. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, you know they're good when it gets you hyped to see Seth Rollins, though. I don't hate Seth Rollins like a lot of people do, but I get why people are sour on him.
I don't hate him, but I don't like him.
Yeah. No, I mean, now the Street Profits, if you, Rob, I know you haven't watched but probably one NXT show, which I think the Street Profits were on.
Yes, they won the ladder match.
Yeah, exactly. These guys are good, man. They can go. Like, these boys can go. It is, and they're gonna be. I mean, they're not gonna be the next anybody. They're gonna be the first Street Profits. But that's what I'm excited for. Like, I'm excited for that big time. Oh, Benji left, but he rejoined. Look at that. That's cool. But for real, man. We'll go ahead and move on. Benji will join us whenever he gets here. We had up next, we had Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss with Nikki Cross in her corner. Damn, Bliss can sell an injury, man. That girl can cry on point, man. I mean, I knew she was working us over, but I almost felt bad for her, even knowing that.
I didn't. Like, I don't care for Becky, but stop.
Stop.
Just stop. Just stop doing it. Now, I'm about it because it got Nikki Cross in the ring, and I'm all about seeing Nikki Cross, even if she does fucking lose. But I don't like what Bliss is doing. Like, and then didn't, like, they say something earlier about her being injured all the time, and then she's like, oh, I'm gonna fake an injury.
Right.
Come on, man.
It kind of
What
played
you
to
doing?
her. Yeah, Becky hit a Bexploder on Alexa Bliss. Looked like Bliss blew out her ankle on the landing. They had a referee and a trainer come down there. They took a long time handling it. And, Bliss was really selling, like, the injury, was crying and everything. They called the match off. They actually announced...
They could have made it worse. They could have pulled the X. There are rare times where you pull the X.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, holy shit. Like, and then you think she's really hurt. And then all of a sudden she fucking does what she did. But
Well, the way it turned... The way it turned
this
out,
could've been a time to DX.
it wouldn't have worked there, because that's got to be like, it's got to be done carefully, you know, uniquely. The only time I can think that they threw it up fake was when CM Punk was paired up with Paul Heyman, and this was after Jerry the King Lawler had a heart attack on a live taping of Raw, and then like a week or two later, they were mocking the King. Paul Heyman had a fake heart attack in the ring, and you had CM Punk throwing up the X. I remember that. But that's the last time I remember seeing it being thrown up for story role purpose. Poor Benji, man. We're just here to look at you, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, your audio is not
I mean, I can keep looking. Just saying.
All right.
We hear you now.
Yeah, that's better.
Froze again.
I thought he had something to add.
I think he did, but he's broken.
No, I didn't have anything.
Oh, okay. Like, I was like, can't tell if his stream is broken or what the hell's going on.
No, I have a question. Like, is Alexa Bliss, is she like legit going through like some concussion stuff or what? Like, what's her deal?
I think they save her for big matches. I think they use her sparingly for that reason.
Okay.
That's that's how I've always thought of it. I think they look at her like she is accident prone, but she's so valuable, and but they also don't want to keep her 100% away from the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think they play it a little safe with her. But anyways, yeah, they call off the match. They declare Becky Lynch the winner. And then Nikki Cross takes umbrage with this. She gets in her face. I thought she called her like the C word. But I guess she called her like a cow or something. But on my stream, it came out weird. Like, I don't know if my stream glitched or what it was. But Cross was going off on Becky before she challenged her to a match, and I swear I thought she called her the C word, dude. I couldn't. I was like, whoa, man. But
End of the PG era.
right, yeah. I was like, boy, y'all are really stretching it, ain't you? But yeah, this is where Rob got upset because Becky still took over this match. One, in my opinion, should have too, because it wasn't like Alexa really wore Becky down, you know what I mean, and where she could eat a loss. Like, she had to win it or the match had to get thrown out for whatever reason to make sense. So yeah, Becky beat Nikki in just a couple minutes, and then of course Bliss makes a miraculous recovery. She comes and attacks Becky from behind. And then who picks, like, I thought normally 9 out of 10 times that's the segment, but this time you had Natalya there to pick up the scraps and throw Lynch in the sharpshooter. Boy.
Sharpshooter?
Yeah, man. That was
This
cool.
is the moment I was like, oh my god, they're about to have a submission match. And then Natalya starts talking about a submission match.
Bam. Segue right there, Rob. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not good at doing things like this on the spot. But yeah, Daddy jumped on the mic and basically said, like, my sharpshooter against your armbar. And then she's like, I would challenge you to a submission-only match, but I don't think you'd accept, so I'm not going to do that. And then she kind of just walked away, which opens up Becky to next week, like, I accept your challenge because I'm going to break your arm off and make you tap, and then that's what we're going to see next week.
Perfect.
I mean, that's it.
Golf clap, buddy. Yes. No, that was it, man. That was it. That was really good.
I'm just glad I was paying attention.
Okay. So, you called this, Sebastian, about the Snitsky angle, and it came up. So we had Maria Kanellis was posing backstage with the 24/7 title, and then out of nowhere, Braun Strowman shows up behind her, and he starts crowding her, and she scolds him, you know, not knowing what a pregnant woman goes through, and he just like growls as she walks away. What? Just
Dude, he'll just put her for the announce table or something.
I think the opposite. I think she becomes his manager.
Yeah.
Braun don't need no manager. Braun would be weird with a manager.
I mean,
You saw the dynamic, but well, I don't know if you saw it, Rob, but he had a really cool dynamic with him and Alexa Bliss on the Mix Max Challenge. Now, granted, they were tag team partners, but he did have a cool dynamic with her. It was more of a romance angle, but it showed that he can mesh well with a mouthpiece or another figure.
it kind of makes sense with her, down in might so bad. I'm gonna go to this big ass monster named Braun, and
Yeah,
so
and then she downplays Mike. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you can't have her like manage Braun Strowman and not have Mike come in and get pissed, and you're gonna get your ass whooped by Braun Strowman. So your vagina's gonna get even bigger.
Jesus Christ!
That's all I see coming out of that.
Sure.
Yeah. It kind of fits into the
segue, Kyle.
story,
What do
too.
we have next? After Braun Strowman grunting,
and walking
what
away.
did we have next?
We had the Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler match. At this point, the resentful WWE Twitter were blowing up, calling this match way ahead of time. Seth's just gonna tear through Ziggler and beat him, And the match was going in the way of Seth Rollins. But we had a returning and surprisingly showing up to work Brock Lesnar, who laid out one of the most vicious beatdowns we have seen in some time on WWE programming. We had blood. We had creative F5s into the ring post, onto the spine of a chair. 3 times. We had him stretchered. We had Seth stretchered out. It was a bad beatdown, man. And you know what was weird was I found myself oddly excited. Because
it was excellent is why. Because it was great. Seth Rollins got his ass whooped by a part-timer. Everybody wants to hate this part-timer. Guess who showed up to work today? And I'm going to make my office visit worth it. He whooped that ass, and I enjoyed every second of it.
It was more creative. It was more creative than it's been in the past.
And what made it even great was they can't not have Seth Rollins get his ass whooped and not somehow, some way incorporate Becky Lynch. As he's in the back getting put in the ambulance, there's Becky just kind of standing in the background doing nothing. Just kind of standing there.
I mean, I probably would have been shell-shocked, man, but I don't know. Yeah, that was the only thing, and I think we got a question. We'll dive into that.
But if you're the man, you have the man come out and try to defend her man. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. She's mad,
Rob really takes umbrage with their relationship, man. Like, Rob really...
If you're going to do it, do it. Don't do it one week, and then next week just don't do it. I mean...
No, the beatdown was badass, man.
Throw Becky in an F5. I mean, lay there with your man.
Jesus.
I was having flashbacks to Fury when he was after Zach Gowen.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that was vicious. He threw Gowen down the stairs, man, in a wheelchair.
And that
F5. Benji mad?
Like, busted him.
Did I make Benji go away?
I think Benji's internet is going rough right now in Chicago.
busted him open in front of his mom. And, it was rough.
Yeah, man. No, it was a rough one, dude. It was really bad. But we cut backstage after Seth was being dragged out. Roman comes to his aid, or well, at least comes to check on him, rather. And they end up getting jumped. Roman gets jumped by, Jesus, who was it? Samoa Joe, right? And then the Usos come out for Roman, and then Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson come out, and we have like a full-on brawl. At this point, I was thrown off. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Like backstage,
it just came out of nowhere.
Backstage was just imploding, dude.
Cedric and Drew too, as well.
Yeah, did they go? Were they backstage? I wasn't sure if they came.
Oh no, not backstage. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you meant.
No, because this was prior to the ambulance spot.
Damn, were the Usos in the club backstage too?
Yeah, no,
just,
dude, they all came out of nowhere. Like, it was just Roman checking on his buddy, and then Joe jumps on Roman. Then the Usos out of nowhere jump on Joe, and then Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson jump on them. And so before you know it, you have like 6 dudes just brawling in the back while Rollins is stretchered by Becky Lynch.
I was in another room with my daughter during that. I heard Roman and Joe going at it, but I didn't hear the Usos.
Yeah, man, so. It was complete chaos, and it threw me off, man. Like, I didn't know what to think of it. I was still in awe of, like, the vicious beatdown, you know? I was like, dude, I was just eyes glued to the screen, man. Yeah, Rollins was loaded into the ambulance. The ambulance goes to take off, is abruptly stopped. At this point, did any of y'all think it was going to be Braun Strowman? For a moment there, I thought Braun Strowman was about to flip an ambulance. Like, I did, man. I just had the flashback of Strowman. I was like, what the hell? But, no, it was Brock Lesnar, man, and he came out. He stopped the ambulance. He yanked Seth out on the gurney, and then he delivered probably the most vicious F5 I've ever seen onto that gurney. Like, Seth got tossed upwards. Wasn't like, it was, whew. Brock really, man, I don't know if they have like, they signed an agreement backstage or something, but Brock don't hold back, man. He does not hold back with that stuff.
I hate that he landed knees first onto the gurney, knowing he's got knee issues.
That's true. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, but
it was that whole beatdown was vicious, man.
I can't think of one as bad, I think, in a long time. I mean, it brings me back to Attitude Era stuff, because that's the last time you saw people get beat to like an inch of their life, it felt like. I remember one time with The Rock got crushed with some scaffolding or something, dude, and he had like 1,000-yard stare in his face, and Rock got beat down really bad once way back in the day, but I don't even remember that. But yeah, like, most of the beatdowns now, you don't see no blood, you don't see nothing. I did pop, though. You guys, I hit you guys up on Twitter. I popped, though, because out of all people, it was Michael Cole said that Seth Rollins was being transported to a local hospital, not a local medical facility.
Wow.
He said hospital. Michael Cole, of all people, so you know that was green lit. But yeah, it's so weird. You know that, like, WWE has conditioned you to, like, a certain cheesy product when just the word hospital can make you be like, yes, they don't treat us like we're stupid. You can call it a fucking hospital.
Hats off to everyone there, too. From Heyman to Rollins, Lesnar, even the commentary team. Everybody sold that so well.
Yeah.
The only thing that threw... No, go ahead.
Even the EMTs, like after the F5 on the gurney, came out there and was pushing Brock back. Everyone involved did an excellent job.
Right. The only thing that threw me off was immediately after this ends, they cut to Becky Lynch, and then there's Rollins' girlfriend, Becky.
Yeah.
That was a little corny to me.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna let it completely go. You know, they're gonna drive that home. I wonder where that's gonna wind up. What if the angle outlasts their real life relationship? You know,
Becky actually came out with a quote about that today, talking about how she wasn't a fan of how they've been shoving it down everyone's throat.
Yeah, man.
Right. It's gonna end at WrestleMania with a proposal theme.
No.
That's what we're gonna get.
Oh God, no! Oh, please don't. Jesus.
It's gonna be straight fire and burn it down.
They'll burn it down with straight fire. Oh man.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, anyways, you think that's the end, right? Like you feel like that would be the end. But we still have the Samoan Summit, and then Samoa Joe comes out. He's recapping. No. He comes out while they're recapping the attack. Excuse me.
Right.
Joe announces that the Samoan Summit has been canceled and said that he just came to fight Roman Reigns and called Roman Reigns out. Reigns makes his entrance. They start fighting at ringside. Just hardcore. Getting tossed into the stairs. Reigns threw the steps at Joe so viciously. Oh my God, he launched those stairs right into his face. But yeah, man. But Drew McIntyre came out, and then just all chaos, like just chaos, man. Because everybody came out. You had Joe, Reigns, McIntyre, Usos, the club, Cedric Alexander jumping off the LED board
Yes.
onto everybody. It just ended the show in a just all out brawl with the faces standing tall, man. And then when the show went off the air, I was just like, what just happened, man? Like, seriously, what the hell? And we find out, man, it was Heyman. Heyman was running the show tonight.
For the first time in a long time, they packed action into pretty much into all 3 hours, I think.
Pacing and story development was
Right.
the big things here. I think actually that's going to segue to this question I got.
What you got? Who asked?
We got some questions here. Yeah, I'm trying to pull them up right now. You know what? Let me just go to my page
Cool.
because it's going to be one of my most recent posts.
Shout out to all y'all who asked questions. That's pretty cool.
Finally, yeah, man, we get some traction. We should probably save ones that aren't pertaining to Raw. Save them for our SmackDown episode.
Like you should have probably like lined them up before the show and had it all prepared.
I could have done that, but hey, this is what it is. Shining Wizards. These are the guys that actually sent me out my wrestling merch. Shout out to them. What did
I answered this one on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw Rob. What did Raw give you last night that it has been lacking the last few weeks? For me, it was simply just what I said: story development and pacing. That just those two simple things right there.
It gave me
the juice I've been looking for. I've been looking for something juicy to bite on for a minute now, and I didn't see it the first day, but I saw it the next day, and sometimes second day leftovers hit you right here, and man, it went by quick. I didn't even realize it was 3 hours, and that's even fast forward commercial. I didn't even fast forward the commercials. I just let it play.
For real.
It went by quick. It was action. It always felt like something was happening. It wasn't the worst one for me was like the 45-minute promos that they would do. No matches at all. Like, it was just action. I think it's a good step in the right direction. And anybody who found something to hate on, whatever, y'all.
Okay, so we lost Rob, but we'll go into the questions. First question was from Shining Wizards. These are the guys that gave me the free wrestling merch for entering their Twitter contest, so shout out to you guys. What did Raw give you last night that it has been lacking the last few weeks? Simply, I think I just said it, but was story development and pacing. You kept it consistent from top to bottom. I'm going to be entertained whether it's a phenomenal show or if it serves a point. So that's pretty much my answer.
Okay.
What about you guys?
You know what it gave me? And I've been missing this a lot in my life. It just gave me some substance, man.
Yeah.
Something to grab onto, something to make me feel alive again. So something that I needed, because after so many bad Raws, just bad Raw after bad Raw after bad Raw,
Yeah.
I was feeling a little bit, down in the dumps. And this really got me going. This really, set my rockets a boost. You know what I mean? It really got me going. And it was a jam-packed 3 hours of nonstop, and you can't ask for more than that. They're stepping in the right direction, and with all the talent that they have on this roster, you just gotta love to see it. So that's what it gave me.
You sound like Rob's answer because he replied to him on Twitter and said that he got a half a chub from the show. Jesus Christ. Well, but what
For
about
me,
Yeah, what about you, man?
Follow that,
Just-
I guess.
just a build for SummerSlam. I've been
yeah.
complaining about SmackDown's been carrying the show, and for once, Raw. It felt like a go-home show for it, honestly.
It did. No, that's what I thought
Right,
too.
right.
I was like, dude, this feels like the perfect show to lead into the pay-per-view almost. But yeah, thank you, Shining Wizards, for that question, man. It was a good one, man. They did give us a lot. Get Show Wrestling Podcast. Benji,
Hey.
you're familiar with these guys, right?
Those are my guys, yo.
Oh yeah, man. They ask, Bully Ray was asking whether Becky was where Becky was when Seth got pummeled by Brock. My question to you guys is, how hot is Lacey Evans? Like, pretty hot, right? Now I feel bad that Rob's not here, man. Like Rob.
Yeah, that's a Rob.
That's
question.
a Rob question, right? That's a loaded question for Rob. Hey, look, I know what Rob would have said, and Rob would have said that Lacey would have stole the show. Had she bet on it, the show wouldn't have looked as good because she would have outshined everybody. So,
I believe to quote let me see my notes. Quote a Mr. Rob Roode, she is so hot that she wants to touch the Heidi.
Billy Madison. That's so stupid.
That's assault, brother.
That's assault. Oh, they went on to say actual question. Do you care where Becky was or if she needed to be there? Also, can we all cheer for Maria Kanellis to give birth to a hand?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Mark Henry's at it again. No, man.
I would love to see it. You know, she gives birth to a hand. We pan to the doctor, and it's Mark Henry in a doctor suit. I mean, just go stupid with it. Who cares?
It'd be an awesome episode of Swerved. Poor Mike.
Sure.
Poor Mike Kanellis. Oh,
but to answer the question, for me personally, you know, it tore my heart that Becky had to watch Rollins be mangled, victimized, and brutalized in front of her very own eyes. It tore my heart. Seeing that they have such a strong connection, and we're reminded of it every day of how strong their relationship is. And if anything, this was a testament, a prolification of that love. And I'm sure she'll make him, you know, she'll toughen him up again. And once they get back up, they're going to show you guys that their relationship is as strong as ever. That's what I got out of it. That's what I was worried about. I was worried about poor old Becky, you know, the girlfriend, you know. It tore my heart. I felt some kind of way about it.
Why do I feel like you're being sarcastic? Hopefully she can fix Seth Rollins like Sebastian can fix his stream. And
Jesus.
And maybe Benji too. At least Benji, when his freezes, you just think you can't. It's hard to tell if yours gets frozen or if you just get stuck in like a dead stare, Benji. Because most of the time you're like staring down the camera.
Listen, there's a lot of talk about wrestlers using their real names, not living the gimmicks, whatever. I'm building my brand, so I'm gonna live this gimmick, whether it's convenient or not. Okay.
I like actually, you know what? Because I always ask Rob if like, do you think Benji's gonna show up in character when you get on the street?
Listen, y'all want to see the full face paint? Y'all want to see full character? Get this freaking podcast to 100 subscribers.
100 subscribers,
and then we'll see. We'll talk.
Oh man, we get the what is it? Dilo de los Muertes. Is that how you say it? The Day of the Dead? I don't know. I probably butchered it.
That's racist.
It's not racist. It's a fucking holiday. Anyways.
So what did you guys think? Do you guys think that
to be honest, I forgot.
To be there?
I forgot about Becky. Watching that beatdown, I was a deer in the headlights, man. I didn't think about Becky. I forgot that Rollins even had friends. Honestly, it was like him and Brock were in this bubble, and no one else was involved. But yeah,
I mostly forgot too. But I didn't really. Even if I didn't really care. I'm not a big fan of the every 30 seconds reminding us about it anyway.
Like Benji is.
Yeah.
Gotta believe in love, man. Gotta believe in love.
Benji's a big fan of that relationship.
Andrew at Outlaw Jamboree sent me a question. Just letting you know, Andrew. Since this is a more vague question, I'm going to reserve it for SmackDown because we didn't get too many SmackDown questions. So make sure to tune into the next episode, and we will definitely get to yours. And then I think you have one for us, Sebastian. Go ahead and we'll get that one out.
At Shop Monley 76. Does WWE need Sasha Banks in their women's division? Why or why not?
I say absolutely 100% yes. They need the division. It'll go perfect in Raw. You have a lot of women. They're not being used. This should be a perfect match for a lot of women here, and the division will only be better for it. Whether she decides to come back or not, you know what? I don't even care. I support her no matter what. I see her. She's been putting in work. She's been training, doing new moves, getting all this stuff ready. She's been living her life. So a lot of the times, getting to the big company, sometimes it might kill your passion, whether it be in wrestling, in music, or. So I kind of feel like that's what happened. She needed some time to refresh, and if she decides to come back, I support her 100%. For me, it's always boss time.
It's always boss time. Oh, man. I haven't personally missed Becky, but that doesn't mean I don't want her on my screen. I just hope in the event that she comes back, it's a big deal. And if they are doing away with the wild card, which I wholeheartedly hope they do, hopefully she can make an impact on the brand that she is on to help bolster up the division. But right now, do they need her? No. It would be sad to say the entire women's division needs Sasha Banks to thrive. But could they use her? Of course, man. She's talented. So like I said, I just hope she has a hell of a return if she chooses to come back.
My opinion right now, I think it really depends on what they do with the Wildcard Rule, the brand split, what they decide to go with that. For right now, I think Raw kind of needs her because once this feud goes, who they gonna go to next? Sarah Logan?
That's a dig.
I mean, but seriously though, who are they?
I'm not part of
that. I mean, who are they to carry a feud with Becky after this Natalya thing on that side? And I sure don't want to see Lacey Evans again for another 4 months. So.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a good questions, man. Thank you everybody for your questions. Thank you for listening. Make sure to tune in later on in the same day. We're going to be dropping both episodes today. Make sure to tune in for our SmackDown episode. We will have the ever insightful Mr. Benji. Go ahead and sign us off, my friend.
So I'm going to read an excerpt from my favorite book, Switch: How to Change Things When Things Are Hard. But many teens simply failed to comply, partly because following the medication wasn't easy. So, moral of the story is, enjoy what you're watching. Raw was impactful. It was good. It was 3 hours. That's whatever. But it's a step in the right direction. Stop reaching. Stop trying to hate. Just enjoy your life's too short, man. Just enjoy it. Enjoy life is what I'm saying.
Thank you. Yes, folks. Y'all have a great night. You sounded like you were talking in the water there, man.
Son of a bitch.
When you put the book up inside of your mouth.
Yeah, when you're drinking the book. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I didn't think that through.
It's all good. No, I put you on the spot, man.